What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of WTPNE podcast. This will be 32, where I take a couple topics that y'all want me to do videos on. I put them all together in one particular video. Okay. Now, make sure that y'all like this video. Hopefully y'all are sharing it. I appreciate the feedback that y'all give me in the comment section. Y'all know the topics that are in here. If you don't see them in the title, you're going to see them in the description box. Okay, so make sure you also following all the social media. Those links are in the description box. And also put some in the comment section as well. Also continue to support and donate to the platform. Okay, I really do appreciate that if you're doing it. But let's talk about what's going on out here in these entertainment streets. Now, the first topic I'm going to talk about is Meek Mill. You know, Meek Mill is upset. He's blasting Nicki Minaj in an interview because she praised the judge who sent him to jail. Now, I will say this, though. It was weird that she took that stance. You know, I know they had broken up. Maybe she had some bitter feelings towards how the relationship ended. But for the most part, you know, he was going through a tough time. It wasn't like, everything was all good for him when she made those comments. I mean, he was still incarcerated fighting his case. So, according to Celebrity Insider, he was giving an interview, on the May episode of The Breakfast Club. Meek Mill said, "I wasn't feeling that." He was talking about his going to jail and the rumor request that the judge made of him. And DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, brought up the comments made by Nicki Minaj. He said she should have said nothing. And I agree. Meek Mill said, and we leave it at that. I feel no way. She knows I wasn't feeling that. I don't care who it is. This could be Safari. This could be anybody. If I know something and that man's freedom is on the line and I could say something to help the situation, I'm going to say it. If I don't say it, I just won't say anything. I don't want to talk about legal things, Nicki said back in April. I will say that the judge in question, Judge Janice Brinkley, did everything I asked of her. So I can't badmouth her because I met her personally and I know what she said to us and he knows that and I know that. That's according to Nicki, okay? Nicki also said that seeing Meek's heartbroken mother made her cry and that she wouldn't wish jail on anybody. All this about Meek. I will say this though, when it comes to Meek Mill, I can see why he's upset at what she's saying, because you have to be very careful when you're dealing with a very public case. Your comments is going to be construed a certain way, just like they tell celebrities who have differences of political opinions, to be careful what you tweet and what you post because your supporters may take it a certain way. The same could be said in this situation. Now, I will say this though, Meek Mill put himself in that situation. Okay, I'm not talking about the case from 2008. I'm talking about him violating his probation. Okay, doing things that put him in violation of his probation. So I can't put that all on the judge. Now, the judge giving out the sentence that she gave was not the right thing, I believe. I think that she wanted to make an example out of him, and she went about it the wrong way. And now he is free and he has an opportunity to get from under this case because of her trying to prove a point that did not go right. Okay. And the thing is with Nicki, again, I think she also made those comments because she wants a better, I believe, working relationship with Drake. Because I think because she was with Meek Mill during the time that they were beefing, their whole working relationship did, kind of faltered a bit. And now Nicki, because she's basically by herself, she wanted a better working relationship with Drake. So I feel like she's making these comments out of frustration because I think that she kind of blames him for why her and Drake may have fell out, but then they got back, cool with each other, and I don't think that that's right, because, Drake shouldn't hold you accountable for what Meek says. Simple as that. So you shouldn't have to go out of your way to appeal to him. I'm not, but I will say this though. I do think that Nicki believes what she is saying. I think Nicki Minaj really believes what she is saying. I think that she really believes that the judge did nothing wrong. And I'm telling you right now, unfortunately, for some of you brothers, man, women will always take the side of another woman. And in this situation, with the media scrutiny on this judge, on this female judge, I truly believe that Nicki decided to take the whole, basically be on the side of a woman than defend her ex. Okay. And that's what a lot of brothers, I think, are starting to understand, is that at the end of the day, women are going to side with each other in certain instances over us, and people are seeing it with this situation. But I do believe, I agree with what he's saying. Like, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Now, you can be critical of something, but when you're speaking directly on somebody's case, if they're upset at you, then you have nobody to blame but yourself. But from my understanding, I think they're still cool with each other, And also, what I'm confused about with her saying what she's saying is that her and Meek were still talking to each other when he was incarcerated. So they were communicating, So y'all let me know what y'all think about that particular topic. The second topic I'm going to talk about, the topic I've spoken about in a couple of different videos. I think I did a stream on it, maybe even 2 streams on it. Fabolous and Emily B. Fabolous was in court, for this the DV situation, and she was with him. She was supporting him, even though this case is about what he did to her. Now, according to Hot New Hip Hop, it says Emily B continues to be Fab's bottom chick even when he stands trial for domestic abuse. Fabolous is currently facing some serious charges stemming from an incident in February where he allegedly struck his girlfriend Emily B 7 times and threatened her family. The rapper was charged with aggravated assault and making terroristic threats. Despite this, it seems as if Fab and Emily B are going strong. A new report claims that Emily B was standing by her man during his first court appearance. And that's what you see, man. I don't know what it is with like dudes who get themselves incarcerated or get themselves arrested, in front of a judge. But I think there are women who are turned on by that. They're turned on by dating guys who have a rough side, who get in trouble with the law. They are right there to support these guys. Even when they do, some of the most outrageous things to them, they will still be there to support them. They'll still be there, Now, instead of her dealing with a man who actually shows an ounce of respect for her, this chick, Emily B, would rather deal with Fabolous, okay? Because I feel like she feels like no other man is going to care about her more than him. But if Fabolous really cared about Emily B, he would have married her. He would publicly embrace her as his, woman. And the only time he does that when there's some event, But he's lived a very single lifestyle. And up until maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I didn't even know he was in a relationship. And I had been a fan of Fabolous since the early 2000s, Didn't know, he was living a very single lifestyle from what I understand. And this chick, Emily B, and she's not a bad looking chick at all. She's what a lot of you brothers would like, small waist, big hips, big butt. Light skin. Some of y'all into that too. She's Latina, and the fact is that, she still has, her self-esteem is so low that she feels like Fabolous is the best she can do. You know what I'm saying? I still remember when she was on Love and Hip Hop, and during the time she was on the show, her and Fabolous's relationship was on the rocks, because that's the first time anybody publicly have known about her. And her friends set her up on a double date. They was at a bowling alley, and she was just very condescending to this guy, just very standoffish. Wasn't even trying to engage this guy, and this was just a blind date at the bowling alley, because her mind and her heart is with Fabolous, a guy who don't even publicly embrace her, didn't really in public embrace her as his girlfriend or fiance or child's mother until last couple years, you know. And I've been told that somebody told me that, you know, they're privately married. What does privately married mean? I mean, when you're a public figure, there's no such thing as a private marriage. Okay, Emily B was standing in support of the father of her children today as Fabolous made his first court appearance for allegedly physically assaulting and threatening her, boss up reports. And reports say the two of them were at Bergen County Superior Court on Thursday to do an early deposition hearing. Emily B and Fab came face to face for the first court appearance with prosecutors for consideration of possible plea deals. Fab reportedly due back in court next month after waiving his appearance. In June, he'll have to do a pretrial intervention where the first-time offender gets a chance to get a plea deal instead of court. So he's a first-time offender. That's not even. I will say this though. Before this incident, Fab seemed like a very laid-back guy. He's not the type to get arrested and get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I think that because Emily B followed him to California to see if he was cheating, he got triggered by that. You know, because I think before then she had never, looked into him being with other women. I know she's known it, but she didn't really pay any attention to it. So I guess from what I understand, that's what sparked this particular incident off. Maybe he feels like his control over her has changed, that she wants him to be just with her and with nobody else all of a sudden, you know. According to the report, the two of them sat side by side in the courtroom as Fab was waiting to be called and left together as well. In addition, Emily B requested to dismiss another domestic dispute case and a restraining order from the court. Fab lawyer Brian Neri said, "There's no restraining order on that. There's no restraining order on that case." That Neri said to them, goddamn, I can't get the words right, that was accomplished several weeks ago, and that was dismissed by Emily. After the alleged incident, Fab and Emily B spotted together in Coachella crowd. Fab later shared some public love to Emily B on Instagram. I can't even get the words right because this is kind of frustrating me, because when you look at this whole situation, I really do feel like if Fabolous wasn't who he was, would she still put up with this? You know? And the media loves to vilify men who are accused of domestic battery. But what about the women who go back? Shouldn't you place some blame on them as well, at the fact that they're going back with men who allegedly may have harmed them in any way? They get no backlash. There are people who are still going to look at this situation and they're going to support it. How can you support this? This woman is literally showing everybody that her self-esteem is real low. Now, maybe because she's desperate to get married. He's promised to marry her. Now, again, I've been told they're already married, but I haven't heard anything of that nature. So I'm going off of me not knowing anything about that. Why would you go back to somebody who's showing you time after time after time they don't care about you? Okay. Now, I have to applaud her resolve as far as staying with her kid's father, but at what cost, you know? So I don't want to hear nothing about this particular female talking about how she was in such a bad relationship, but you didn't take the necessary steps to leave it. Okay. You went back as soon as you could. You was at Coachella right after that situation happened with him. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Last talk I'm gonna talk about is a topic out of nowhere. People are talking about it. I want to talk about Dwane Casey being fired by the Toronto Raptors. Okay. You know what was interesting about this? The game that the last game Toronto Raptors played against the Cleveland Cavaliers, there was a video clip, I believe, of Drake's face when the Cavs were winning against the Toronto Raptors, and he looked like he was about to shed a few tears. I mean, I saw that video clip. I was like, oh man, that could be a GIF. That's a GIF right there. If y'all know what a GIF is one of those little 2-second clips that you may have seen in a DJ Academics video. That's what that is. I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, Dwane Casey has done everything I believe asked of him as far as helping put that team in a position to be great for years to come. You have some good pieces, DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. Now, there's some issues going on there. I'm going to talk about that, but I just want to talk about how a guy who in 7 seasons, okay, has been in the playoffs 5 straight seasons, okay, had the best record in Eastern Conference at 59-23. Okay, that's the best record in franchise history for the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals and Eastern Conference, right? And then you still fired this guy. I don't know if because maybe Drake was looking a certain type of way, and you're like, oh, so you got to put the blame on somebody because Drake is our mascot, so we got to make sure the mascot is happy. He's coming to the games, but whatever. I'm just joking, but I'm just trying to figure out how a team that has improved every year since he's been a head coach, you go and fire this guy. This guy was not only did he lead them to the best record in the Eastern Conference, he was coach of the year. You mean to tell me that the coach of the year, you fire him? Who are you going to get to replace him? It's very difficult to find good NBA head coaches that can manage these guys' egos. Okay? And you fire this guy. You fire him because you're hurt because you've lost to Cleveland. Now, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the Raptors had decided to fire Casey following another 4-game sweep at the hands of LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference semifinals. In the days since the elimination game, there has been speculation that Casey would be the one to go, rather than trading one of their all-star guards, DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry. Toronto may still shake things up in the offseason, but Casey won't be around for any of it. Good luck trying to find somebody who the players are going to play it for like they've been playing for Dwane Casey. Listen, LeBron James played his best of the season in this particular series, okay? You're going to blame your head coach for that? Now, of course, your coach can put together, certain type of plays where they can guard LeBron a little bit better. But when you're trying to win a game, you can't just focus on LeBron James. You have to put a complete game plan together. Now, you could make adjustments. Maybe they did, and it didn't work. But you fire a guy who has improved your team. And I guess because they feel like they're at a certain level, they're like, okay, well, we can bring in anybody, and they're going to make it better. I mean, good luck with that. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. Raptors president Masai Ujiri, I think I'm saying that right, released a statement today regarding the decision to relieve Dwane Casey of his coaching duties. He says, after careful consideration, I've decided this is a very difficult but necessary step the franchise must take. As a team, we are constantly trying to grow and improve in order to get to the next level. We celebrate everything Dwane has done for the organization. We thank him and we wish him nothing but the best in the future. He was instrumental in creating the identity and culture of who we are as a team, and we are so proud of that. And that is from the Raptors president, Masai Ujiri. During his tenure in Toronto, which began in 2011, Casey has guided the Raptors to 5 straight playoff appearances, 4 Atlantic Division titles, and 3 consecutive 50-win seasons. Okay, I will say this though. Apparently, Dwane Casey is owed about $6 million, and he's going to get that $6 million. So he could basically take the year off, wait for a better head coaching opportunity. Detroit has an opening. Orlando has an opening. If I was him, I wouldn't go to neither place. Okay, I wouldn't go to neither place. So if I was him, man, I'd just take the time off, take a year off. Something better be open, or he could just jump right into coaching. But that'll be his decision. I think Toronto's taking an L on this one. It might be a bigger L than they took to LeBron James and the Cavaliers. So that's all I have to say. That's all the topics I have. Make sure y'all like the video, share it, comment. Let me know what y'all think on all 3 topics, you know. And I'll see y'all on the next one. All right.